But she also asked me numbers, who were there in my team, how many members were there, what salaries we used to give, how did we expand. And then out of the answers that I was giving to her, she created a case. So mostly the consulting interviews are known for case interviews.
Yeah.
I think trust is something that you can build upon over a period of time with some spikes in what you do. In my case, after I joined, within 1 week, I said I want to go to a plant. Our plants are in the most remote places. I went there and I identified problems. So that's where I showcased some kind of a skill where, you know, I'm a critical, analytical person.
All right, hi everyone, welcome on board. There are new kind of roles coming up in this placement season of all the top business schools. And today we are having Aditi with me. Hi Aditi, welcome on board.
Thank you.
Great, good seeing you. We got Vamsi. Vamsi, क्या हाल है?
All good.
Great. Both of them got nearly 3 years of experience.
Yeah.
इसके बाद तो startup भी था और what else?
I worked in a restaurant also.
Worked in restaurants. इसकी story बड़ी interesting है.
Yeah.
And this guy has got a job role which is called as chief of staff. It's very close to the director of a company, right?
Yeah.
And you are like his think tank. उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. And she's joining Accenture Strategy.
Yes.
ये एक dream role है in all the top business schools. Jamnal Bajaj, SPJain Bombay of the world as well, and you are both students of Master Union, right?
Correct.
ये दोनों अलग-अलग रोल लेके बैठे हैं, इन दोनों की जर्नी आज डिस्कस करेंगे. But best thing which I like, they are one of the most intelligent people I've ever seen. 10th 12th में क्या था तेरा graduation?
Yeah, it was 999. I was a school topper. I passed out from ICC school. तो वहाँ पे 94% था. Then 12th में 91% था. And graduation में I had 9.6%.
अरे very good. तेरा क्या सीन है?
So 10th was, I think, 10th CBSE 9.6, 12th was 94%, and BTech was from MIT University, and I was silver medalist there. I got about 9.11 there.
Life में कुछ और भी किया? पढ़ाई की
बहुत कुछ किया है.
Trekking, hiking. I'm a classical Odyssey dancer.
I think we will connect on that. Trekking, yeah.
Wow. This is so. ये तो Maharashtrians are like big on trekking.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful near Pune.
I know.
Super. भाई दोनों amazing लोग हैं. आज इनकी होशियार लोगों की बातें सुनते हैं. नीचे कमेंट आएगा हमारा क्या होगा 7775555 वालों का. ये वीडियो सबके लिए. Let's begin. So you are working with Accenture right now. How are the interviews of Accenture looking like? जो लोग ये वीडियो सुन रहे हैं. Now the placement season is going to start. Summer internship is going to start.
Right.
And Accenture pays nearly 2 lakhs.
Yeah.
Nearly 2 lakhs a month.
Yeah.
So अगर आप 2 महीने इंटर्नशिप करते हो तो 4 लाख रुपए आपको मिलेंगे और अगर आप 3 महीने करते हो तो 6 लाख रुपए मिलेंगे. How the interview lies it, and then we're going to understand the new role. Let's go.
Yeah. So I had 2 interviews. Both interviews happened in a day. Each interview was for around 40 minutes. First interview, I would say both interview were very messy. First interview was mostly around my 3 years of work experience in my previous company.
Messy, what's that?
Both are very mutually exclusive.
Achha, mutually exclusive. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a fancy term that consultants do
MECE.
use. MECE.
MECE. Okay. What is it called? Mutually exclusive.
Mutually exclusive, collectively exhaustive.
Okay. ठीक है.
Yeah. So in the first interview, it was mostly about my first 3 years of work experience in my previous firm, and it was a case given to me, guesstimate. It was about EVs, and a little more about tell me about yourself and normal interview questions. Then in the second interview, the lady she asked me more about my restaurant experience, and it was, I must say, a very detailed interview. Not just about what was my roles and responsibilities or things like that, but she also asked me numbers, who were there in my team, how many members were there, what salaries we used to give, how did we expand. And then out of the answers that I was giving to her, she created a case. So mostly the consulting interviews are known for case interviews.
Yeah.
So when she asked me, she created a case out of it, and it was a market entry case. And she asked me, what if I had to open my restaurant someday? She gave me a scenario, then gave me some data points. Say for example, the turnaround table was 4 on, and you had this much amount of capital, this much cost, and then she asked that, how would you go about it? How would you enter into the market? Which area would you like to prefer? How would your menu look like? How much pricing would you keep for all the items that you would be keeping in your menu? And she was a little strict, I must say.
Yeah. Non-conversation, cut, next.
Yeah, and I was a little baffled to per se because we are generally told that if you are not getting anywhere in the interviews, you can just ask the interviewer that in which direction do you want me to take
Explain
this,
you further.
explain you
yeah.
further. Yeah.
Hmm.
But I was told that you are the interviewee, so you are
औकात में रहो, मुझे मत बताओ कि किस डायरेक्शन में जाना है. Oh wow.
So I got a little taken aback that time, but
ये किसने बोला? ये तो गलत सिखाया वैसे, ऐसा बोलना नहीं चाहिए, but it should be, yeah, it should be done in a different way. Like if you're stuck in the interview, it's like, ma'am, would you like to know something more on this side of mine? Yeah, you can always bring in like, I know I'm going to teacher framework right now, but you can always tell them like, so there's one more interesting fact to my profile. You know?
I didn't want to seem a little over smart.
Achha, oh, okay. But your question was like a little over smart, but nevertheless.
Okay.
So it was lovely, great, yeah.
Yeah. So then I was asked details. So I think the things that I had written in my resume and the flow with which I answered all the questions, they were very much in alignment. And once the market entry case, but later on she was sweet and she helped me out throughout the case.
Tell us more, your restaurant business, so you're working with someone?
Yeah, I was working with someone in Pune only. And there I worked for some time. I was more of a strategy head there, taking care of the kitchen staff or the bar staff, or how many customers are there, how are we taking care of the costs and the revenues, profits. And I used to do also take care of a little bit of marketing, reach out to corporates and taking them on weekends or weekdays, planning out the plans for referrals, the referral plans and all.
How long was that?
Around a year.
That's like a very good experience to have for sure. Great.
Yeah, it is something that where the boundaries are unclear, as I would say, unlike something that you do in a job where you have defined roles and responsibilities. So you get a different taste of how businesses work. So that was actually the time when I decided that I never thought of pursuing an MBA, but that was the time when I thought that this is something very interesting.
Great.
And yeah.
Super. We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
हाँ भाई, तू बड़ा अजीब रोल कर रहा है. There's something called as COS. ये एक नया रोल आया. मुझे तो लगता है ये executive assistant का बड़ा ही glorified version है. But I'm going to ask this guy, Vamsi, what this course is all about.
So yeah, chief of staff role. As you said, a lot of people confuse it with EA role. थोड़ा बहुत उसका part रहता है, but then I think it's more about even let's take my example. I'm working in SAIL, that's into renewable energy sector. We're a power generation company. So when I was giving an interview, I did not have a JD, which I went through and prepared for the interview. So I did not have anything. Company seemed interesting. I turned down for the interview, and वहाँ पे I said what is expected out of me. They told me only 3 things. They said that system में accountability बढ़ानी है, transparency बढ़ानी है, and जो leadership की decision making है उसको faster turnaround time के state में लाना है. This is what I was told. So that's it. I think COS essentially is one person who sits as a coordinator between all the HODs, between the senior management that's there, between the entire working class too. And our job is essentially to act as a bridge between these places, identify gaps which nobody else is doing. And a lot of times companies में there are some tasks which doesn't fall into the charter of anyone. किसी के SOP में नहीं आएगा कि ये काम करना है, और पूरा आपके कंपनी का प्रोसेस वहाँ पे फंस जाता है. So COS comes in there. And lot of cases the management has some whims and fancies. उनको लगता है कि यार ये करना चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए, but they can't take a decision directly because P&L is involved, people are involved. So उस cases में we act as their brain. We work on that problem statement. We try to understand what the market feels, what the company feels, whether we should do it or not. We are involved in that brainstorming process too. So overall, थोड़ा बहुत ये का काम रहता तो है. Lot of people say PA, TA, lot of names are there. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think we sit close to the management and we help make sure that the business runs in an optimum way.
That was one of my dream roles, by the way.
Right.
Working in the EA, though I never did that. I was working in G, which is a great corporate company, but it was a leadership program. If we were closest, you can get to the CIO or the CEO.
Right.
So my last role when I was retiring from G, so-called, or exiting when I took a sabbatical, I was reporting to the CIO. But I know when you start reporting to such people, great, understood, yaar. So it's so, but why would they trust you, yaar? Tu to fresher aadmi hai, yaar. Well, chal 3 saal experience hai. Now you're finishing your MBA from Master Union or from any business school. Abhi cost roles aane shuru ho gaye in other schools as well. but 1 साल में 1.5 साल में तुमने कुछ सीखा होगा यहाँ से for sure. But why would the CEO trust you? Is he your best friends by now, or how is this?
I wouldn't say so. He's just elder to me by 1 year. That helps in having a good rapport with him. But then I think trust is something that you can build upon over a period of time with some spikes in what you do. In my case, after I joined, within 1 week, I said I want to go to a plant. Our plants are in the most remote places. I went there and I identified problems. So that's where I showcased some kind of a skill where, you know, I'm a critical, analytical person. So I started working on them. And matter of fact, even during the interview, I did not, you know, MBA schools में काफी अलग सी lingo होती है. You know, you're taught a lot of different words. Taught bhi nahi, you see around and you adapt to it. But then I was very frank even during my interview. I said, you know, you will find far more brighter people in my batch and even outside also. You go to other B schools or even UG colleges. But then I am willing to, you know, compensate my lack of that high level intellect with sheer hard work, with conviction, with commitment towards a particular problem. So when you show that kind of inclination towards actually working, and when you show the fact that, you know, CEO का जो goal है तुम्हारा भी उसी side जा रहा है, I think that is when they develop that kind of a trust.
But it's a different role. मतलब, why would you choose it? मतलब, it was my dream job, but I never could pursue.
Right.
You know, I remember seeing in the job portals these were all coming in. This 2009 I'm talking about, but I couldn't pursue. Like convincing my mom, leaving General Electric a leadership program, becoming an EA was like tough. How did you take this decision?
Again, I wouldn't call it a EA. So my designation here is strategic analyst. All right. So in my case, I am a person. Again, small reference to the interview. I started. You know, you have to have a pitch, right? So मेरा pitch ये था कि people say jack of all trades, master of none. That's taken in a negative connotation a lot of times. But the complete quote is jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So that is what I said. That is what I have been doing all these years too. I play drums, you know, I am into mountaineering. I've been up to 18,000 feet trekking, and I've done a lot of things like this. I've never done a full mastery in a particular thing, but then I like going around and doing stuff, learning stuff. I enjoy that. So that is what I pitched also, and that is what they also had in mind. So I think it's a good match for me.
You think you're able to contribute to this job in the past 1 year? And your CEO would say the same thing?
My CEO would say the same thing. I hope so, at least. Appraisals are around the corner, so I really hope that's what is in his mind. But otherwise, I think what I have managed to do is I have identified some company is very old. It's about 25 years old. But there are some things which people never bothered to do. I think I have focused on them and I have made sure that I take it to the end. A lot of times people have a lot of vigor. They start things, but then it doesn't go to the end because of whatever is the reason. So I think I have tried to make sure that I take things to the end. And that is something very important in any company. Because that's something that's
Thanks for helping me. I met your senior. Your senior to our batchmate, Bansal.
Anurag Bansal. He's in working in Zero
Daya. Yeah. I met him in Bangalore, so I had a quick discussion. He works in Nitin Kamath's office.
Yes.
Yeah, I was learning a little bit more about what the cost role is from him as well. Good. So yeah, totally different personalities. One is like standard consulting, McKinsey, BCG, Bain, extension of the world, and then, you know, so many. Great. So I think I can keep on going, but any parting thoughts for all the people who are going through the rigor? Some of them going to be joining SPJain Bombay, कोई IIM Ahmedabad जाएगी, कुछ लोग Master Union join करेंगे. उनके लिए कुछ advice, because जो तुम finish करने वाले हो या finish कर रहे हो, and तू तो कर चुका है already, right? You're done with your MBA. Any advice जो लोग college start कर रहे हैं?
I would say in general life में ही be genuine and have commitment. तो things will work out. थोड़ा बहुत luck factor होता है, but it pays off.
करना है तो अगर commit किया है तो फिर करना है. ये तो मत करो commit. वो भी commitment है.
Yeah, you need to.
मैंने बोला नहीं था. अगर बोला है तो करो. That's a lovely advice, and it sums it all. And फिर commitment मतलब discipline comes into the picture.
Yes.
Delivery,
it builds credibility.
Deadline,
People start knowing you that if she has said that, she'll do it.
Super. Great, yeah.
All right. I'd like to say that getting into a good B school is not your destination. It is a stepping stone in something beyond that. A lot of people, at least I go back to even my time when I was preparing for B schools, then मेरे को लग रहा था कि यार IIM पहुंच जाते हैं तो we've made it. But then जिंदगी का जो स्कीमा है वो काफ़ी बड़ा है, उसमें दिस इज अ स्मॉल पीस विद इन इट एंड ट्रीट इट दैट वे. It's not important which school you go to, but what is more important is what you make out of wherever you go, and you having a clarity of thought as to जिंदगी में करना क्या है भाई. So a lot of people lose that and वो फिर वो rat race में लग जाते हैं, three idiots में जैसे बोलते हैं. So I think that's something important.
I slightly disagree. It doesn't matter which school you go to. It matters.
All right. We can agree to disagree.
तेरी 30 लाख की नौकरी बताना है क्या? तेरी 30 लाख की नौकरी लगी है बिना स्कूल की लगती क्या?
नहीं लगती. ठीक है. To some extent I agree.
I agree in the longer run. देखो अगर तुम्हारे में दम है ना यार तो तुम tier 3 कॉलेज के अंदर से भी जाके छक्के मार सकते हो.
That is what I was referring to.
Correct. But एक IIM अहमदाबाद, एक SPJain Bombay, तुम्हारा स्कूल. These guys work hard to give opportunities. And I met Mehak the other day. They've got a new director of this program. Who's from Stanford.
Right.
Right. वो 2 साल वहाँ काम करके उसने 100 crore raise किया है. In fact, today also I did a small podcast with her. So at SPJain Bombay, we got Varun Nagraj. Sorry, I'm not comparing one school to another, but I'm just giving an example. So good school means trust, credibility, commitment.
Yeah, I think वो एक चीज एक added हो जाती है. So when you are at IIMA, it's not just what you have learned there, but the process through which you made it there. आपका that kind of commitment.
You give CAT, you give all those things. वो तो है. I'm saying good schools give better exposure.
As Pratham says that B school, what they give the best is they give you a step in the door of recruiter.
Right.
So
it's actually a pedestal
up,
which if I want to paint my story and showcase it to the world, I can either do it standing on the street, or I can do it at a higher pedestal or something higher or something bigger. I think what a B school essentially does is it allows you, the better the B school, it allows you to showcase it in a better way to the world.
No, I agree. I partly disagree, partly agree to your thing as well. क्योंकि जिसने करना है ना सोशली कनेक्टेड वर्ल्ड है.
Right.
ठीक है. जिसने करना है उसने लिंक्डइन से भी नौकरी लगा लेनी है.
True.
राइट. उसका 999 नहीं है वो भी एक्सेंचर पहुंच सकता है. राइट. जिसको करना है तो वो बात अलग है. बट मुझे लगता है कि when you're with good set of peers,
alumni,
that definitely helps.
Masters are there, and वो सब चीजें बहुत मैटर करता है. और मुझे देख के यार इसका अदिति का हो गया यार, अदिति का कैसे हो गया एक्सेंचर में, मेरा क्यों नहीं हुआ. वो भी वो एक अलग peer होती है. People ask me like, what did you learn from NIT, SPJain Bombay? I said, I love these schools. I was best alumni SPJain Bombay, but they are वो peers. Yeah, peers.
That's true. Even I think she would also have the same feeling. Ki when I say that I've paid X amount of money for a B school, I've not just paid it to the B school. I've paid it for the people around me.
Yes.
And that really helps.
It's the network, it's the environment.
True.
So yeah.
And even today, like we have a WhatsApp group for all the alumni. अभी भी मेरे को कुछ अगर ऑफिस में प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं, सो वी आर लुकिंग एट सम कुछ नया सॉफ्टवेयर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करना है, तो आई क्विकली वेंट ऑन टू द ग्रुप एंड आई पोस्टेड मैसेज कि यार ये किसी ने कभी किया है क्या, तो इमीडिएटली 5-6 DM आ जाएंगे कि मैंने किया है. देयर आर बिगर प्लेसेस, डिफरेंट प्लेसेस, दे हेल्प टू डू दैट. सो आई थिंक alumni network that way does help.
Yeah, my SPJain Bombay group is like more than 10 years old. It's still active. किसी को नौकरी चाहिए, किसी को नहीं चाहिए. Of course, वो that अभी NIT सूरतकल का बैच बना है, which is like we've got 250 odd people in the group.
Okay.
So they are all directors, all CXOs, all you name it. I mean, they're all. So वो NIT सूरतकल तो 20 साल हमारा 20th year catch up है.
Okay.
But peers or alumni is what you pay for sure. This is really amazing. Lovely meeting you guys. Boys and girls, drop in your comment section. Are you joining any business school? Any questions you have regarding your journey? कैसा जॉब लगेगा? क्या हमें न्यू एज जॉब्स की तरफ देखना चाहिए, या कॉस्ट के बारे में कुछ क्वेश्चन है, या ई और कॉस्ट वर्सेस के बारे में कुछ क्वेश्चन है, वो बताइए. और यू लुकिंग एट दोज मैकेंजी, BCGs, बेन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, या कंसल्टिंग के बारे में कुछ सवाल है, कैन यू आल्सो रिप्लाई टू द कमेंट्स इफ दे आस्क एनी क्वेश्चंस?
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
हो गया यार. Thank you so much. Do it on the like button first of all. Thank you, Aditi. Thank you, Vamsi. Lovely interacting with you. Take care.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.